Yo, 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 yo. What is up? Welcome to Blues House. This is Blues News, and I am your host, Bluminati. What is good, my good people? What is good? Another day, another dollar. Ain't that right? Ain't that what they say? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody out there is doing real good, real good, real good. Over here living and learning, living and learning. Today we're gonna be talking about Mon Vellani and what she deems the problem is with the MCU. Then we're going to be talking about Bob Iger admitting that Disney has failed the public for the most part. Then we're going to try to catch up on some Jonathan Majors news with the trial going on and starting today. I think they just started. So I'm search the interwebs and see if anything is popping with that. See what's good with that. So without further ado, give me my intro.
How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
Yep. And we are back. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. What do we want to start? Let's start with Iman Vellani. Right? Let's get into Iman Vellani and what she had to say as far as how the MCU can regain their in-game level type hype. And I'm gonna say this right now. We need to protect this young lady. This young lady is a fan. I know it's a lot of hate out in the discourse for this young lady. This young lady is a fan. She's one of us. So we need to protect her with everything that we got because she wants to see things win, and she is a fan. She understands the characters, the comics, all of that, man. I'm with her. Salute to Iman Vellani. This is from IGN. It says Miss Marvel star Iman Vellani shares her thoughts on how the MCU can regain in-game level hype. Iman Vellani, star of Miss Marvel and the Marvels, has identified ways that the MCU could potentially succeed in recapturing Avengers in-game levels of hype again. Speaking to the direct, Vellani suggests Marvel needs to focus on its current rosters of characters in order to generate the same buzz and excitement around upcoming MCU events that past releases have managed to achieve, claiming that they could establish something similar the next Avengers through different team-ups. Basically, what I'm gathering from this is she's saying y'all are doing too much, which is what everybody is saying. Y'all are just doing too much. Concentrate on what you have. Quit trying to expand because you're expanding too fast. You are expanding too fast with what's going on. So concentrate with the heroes that you have right now. The phase that you have right now, you have to concentrate on them to get the fans to be involved. That's what you got to do. She goes on to say, I don't know if it's about just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because then it's like, what's left? She said, I think it's just about making the audience care about their characters. And I think they've established so many wonderful characters in this last phase of the MCU that it would be nice to see them all again and see them team up. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like some of the characters that's been introduced in this phase, but she has a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have these characters now; they're here now. You done gave them to the world, right? You can't just throw them out there and then leave them on an island. And that's what my big problem was with the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? You just threw that out there on the island and expecting people to swim to the island to go see it. You have to cultivate these characters the same way that the original MCU Avengers was cultivated. They was cultivated. Everything didn't start off with a bang. I know we living in this revisionist history, like the MCU just started off with this big bang and it was just good from the top. It wasn't like that, right? It's not like that. Once things got up and running smooth, then it became huge and big and it you know what I'm saying? cultivated with the first Avengers movie, and then from there they started building and building and building. Then another Avengers movie, build to another. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do, and I think that's what she's saying. That's the only way you can really replicate that type of success, and quit spending all this damn money. She continued this train of thought, and I think because there are so many new characters people want to like, start shipping people together and be like, oh, seeing Kamala and like the Red Guardian together, like imagining all these pair ups, and I think that would eventually pay off. It'd be like, the next Avengers. Duh. Like, you got to get these characters together some type of way. Got to get them together some type of way. The Marvels would see Vellani team up with Tiana Paris, Monica Rambeau, and Brie Larson's Carol Danvers continued the MCU's downward trajectory by nabbing the MCU's worst ever opening earlier this month with only $47 million. No doubt impacted by the lack of press tour with the then ongoing actor strike. However, the ending of the Marvels teased an even bigger role for Vellani's character in MCU going forward, injecting the franchise with some much-needed excitement about the next generation of Avengers in the lead up to the twin climax. That is Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. And I think that's one of the another reason why they messed up at. To me, this just my this ain't got nothing to do with her. My personal thing is they announced Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars too early to me. Too early. Because now everything is going to be nitpicked with a fine-tooth comb leading up to Kang Dynasty, leading up to Secret Wars. Instead of just leading up to Kang Dynasty or just leading up to Secret Wars, you already gave people the end result. You already gave people the end result. So now everything in the middle, in between from point A to point B, is going to be scrutinized. If it don't add up to what the audience thinks that it should add up to. I want y'all to think about that. Since you now know what the end result is, everything in the middle will be scrutinized. And that's bad business. Especially when you're dealing with this cast of characters, this group. Because now people looking like, where does Miss Marvel fit into Kang Dynasty? Where does Miss Marvel fit into Secret Wars? Where does Captain Falcon fit into Secret Wars? Where does Shang-Chi fit in? Where does, you know what I'm saying? The Eternals, how do they fit in? And then when they do try to fit it in and it don't fit right, everybody gonna be up in arms. It's like you're allowing the audience to see your mistakes as you're going. And you don't even know that you made the mistakes yet. Hindsight 2020, I'm telling you, that revisionist history of those first three phases of the MCU that we have as fans, like, oh, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hiccups along that course. Pretty sure it was a lot of bitching, moaning, and complaining along that course. But since we didn't know the end result, when it came to a movie that was this cinematic event, nothing but applause. Ooh, that was great. Hey, y'all almost fell off, but y'all brought it back. But now, since y'all trying to dig yourselves out that hole, it says 2024 will be a quiet year for MCU movies with Deadpool 3 alone on the slate. But looking at Disney's MCU streaming schedule, there are 5 shows coming next year: Marvel Zombies, Spider-Man Freshman Year, Agatha Darkhold Diaries, X-Men 97, and Echo. Out of all of those, I never really cared for the Marvel Zombies. That's just, you know what I'm saying, me. Never really cared for it. Spider-Man Freshman Year could be cool, could be dope. Agatha Darkhold Diaries, I don't even know why that's being made, but you know, it is what it is. And what is that? X-Men 97. You know, we rock with X-Men 97. And Echo, that trailer for Echo, it changed my mind. It really did. That trailer for Echo changed my mind. So I rocks with that. But Also, this week, Chris Evans responded to the reports of Marvel Studios plotting to reunite the original Avengers, stating that no one has contacted him about returning to the MCU as Captain America. I don't think let me not say I don't think he's coming back, but he was so ready to leave that role, in my opinion. As soon as he could put the shield down, he tossed that shit to the side. So I don't see him coming back. I really don't see him coming back, you know. But Valance, she makes good points, man. She makes good points. There's great characters in the phase that came out. You know, besides herself, you had Yelena, Kate Bishop, you know what I'm saying? She-Hulk can be great. Horrible show, but She-Hulk can be great. Shang-Chi, Shuri can be great. Even though they, you know, that's discussion for another thing, you know, for another day. And Peter Parker, right? Peter Parker still being in the MCU. So they have viable characters that they can use to make sure that the MCU is doing what it's supposed to do. They have that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just you're just trying to come too fast with the Avengers. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. Get these movies out. Get these characters out. I know that Avengers brand is big. It's huge. I get it. But you got to concentrate on these characters, man. You got to concentrate on these characters. Get their story out. Monica Rambeau is another character that can be fleshed out. You got to. You know. Coming up, what we got? Fantastic Four, X-Men universe. Like and that's still a ways off, right? So until you can get X-Men and Fantastic Four off the ground, get these, because it's looking like right now y'all just about to bypass these characters who never really got a shot. That's how I'm looking at it. These characters never really got the shot they deserve because it was so much cannon fodder, so much other stuff out there when it came to the MCU that they never really got their chance to get off the ground. So you have to give them the opportunity to work. You got to. So y'all let me know what y'all think on Iman Vellani saying she knows how to get Marvel, how to get the MCU back on track, back to its in-game status. Let me know down in the comments down below. Let me know. All righty. Next, let's talk about the big homie Bob Iger. The big homie Bob Iger. Let's talk about him for a minute. Let's talk about him. Bob Iger. Right? He admits, when I say Disney admits defeat, I'm talking Bob Iger. He is Disney. He's the CEO. And this is coming from inside the Magic, right? Disney makes too many bad movies. CEO Bob Iger admits. They're admitting, right? He's admitting defeat. Like, people been telling y'all, Disney. People been saying, the fans been speaking, and y'all just been looking at the fans with the deer eye, like y'all don't know what the hell we talking about, right? But this is what happens when you know what I'm saying? Disney stock down, movies is trash, theme parks ain't filled to capacity like they normally are. And I know we can blame it on the economy. We can always do that. But at the end of the day, as the business that Disney is in is supposed to be making money. That's what you would think. But recently, seems like Disney has been into making social statements, or and not saying that they, it's always any kind of storytelling has some kind of social statement in it. So let me kill that noise right there. I know they like to use the word woke. I hate that word, but there's always some type of social commentary in any kind of storytelling you're telling, right? Because we are social people, and that's how we view the world socially, right? I think that most people will agree with that. But when you are overtly preaching some type of social message or things, you know what I'm saying, personal social message that majority of your customer base does not coincide with or don't care, whether they coincide with it or not, they don't care about it, right? It has monetary ramifications. That's what I was saying. So back to this article. Controversy. Disney CEO Bob Iger finally said that the Walt Disney Company has been making too many bad movies. It's been just over a year since Bob Iger returned from a brief retirement, during which his successor Bob Chapek presided over the beginnings of a still ongoing feud with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and a series of box office flops for Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. So like all of their little film divisions just ain't been cutting the mustard. You know what I'm saying? Chapek cannot be entirely blamed for the changing fortunes of the Walt Disney Company. However, the COVID-19 pandemic hurt any number of huge corporations around the world. And to be fair, he was picking up exactly where Bob Iger had left things. Remember, Bob Iger was the CEO. Chapek came in. Chapek was all about streaming. Let's get quantity. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of put us where we are now. Iger returns. I don't want to say he came with the, Superman cape on, or maybe he popped the hood and was like, man, what is going on? This is crazy over here at Disney. And now he's in the process of either fixing it or saying, man, maybe I shouldn't have came back. maybe the worst thing for me was to come back. You know what I mean? Even more importantly, there's been a growing perception that Disney and its various studios have simply been cramming too many projects in the theaters and the Disney streaming service, with many of the projects disappointing fans for simply being bad due to rushed schedules or budget. They want to blame it on rushed schedules or budget. Budget is a good one, but it's not rushed schedules. It's just horrible writing. So if you're giving quantity, right? If you're going to give quantity, at least give some good quality. Some of the shows got to be quality. Somebody got to care about something in this quantity of shows that I'm just throwing out on the streaming service, from the movies to the shows, right? It's a lot of shows that we don't even speak about that come on Disney Plus, that hit streaming, that go under the radar because they are just that bad. Remember, this is the House of Mouse. This is Disney. The unfadable, the unsinkable. But now I was about to say they like the Titanic, and yeah, they all like the Titanic because the ship is sinking. Them icebergs is out there. You know what I mean? Let's see. The Star Wars franchise has been accused of producing a growing number of Disney Plus series that increasingly require deep knowledge of Dave Filoni's TV shows, while so-called Marvel fatigue has been battling the perception that any new release basically requires homework in order to understand what's happening since the first Iron Man. That's not even bringing up the indifference that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny faced when it hit theaters. Why did we even have another? We didn't need another Indiana Jones. That it didn't work because we didn't need another Indiana Jones. Nobody wanted to see an 80-year-old man out here beating up Nazis or you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was checking for that. Salute to Harrison Ford, but nobody was checking for that. Nobody checked for the Crystal Skull. They should have just bowed out gracefully. They should have just bowed out gracefully. Let's see. Pixar chief Pete Docter has openly admitted that the studio's recent releases have not struck the same chord as classics like Toy Story, The Incredibles, while Disney is being criticized for relying on live action remakes like The Lion King and Little Mermaid. At the same time, original films like Wish are badly underperforming in theaters. Yet they are doing this. I don't mind live action remakes, but every Disney cartoon should not be a live action remake. Right? I don't think every live action or every legacy Disney animated film should be a live action remake. What's next? Humpback of Notre Dame? You know what I'm saying? What's the other one? With the mice. Damn, what's the name of that one? The Adventurers, I think it was called. Was it something like that? Like everything shouldn't be live action, man. Leave some of that stuff alone so the new audience can go back and check on the old stuff and see how great it is. Quit chasing this new modern audience that does not exist, because the modern audience is the same audience. That's what you got to understand. There's no new modern audience. The modern audience is the modern audience. They say, so what's the problem? According to Disney's Bob Iger, the Walt Disney Company has been too obsessed with making a lot of movies and television shows, regardless of the quality, instead of making just good ones. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Fine. I mean, did he just now wake up? Did Bob Iger just now wake up? Huh? He just now wake up? Man, can we get some? Finally, somebody's waking up. You talking about woke? You've been asleep this whole damn time. In a recent town hall meeting, Disney employees, Bob Iger, admitted that in assessing some of our performance recently, one of the reasons I believe it's fallen off a bit is that we're making too much. He continued, I think it comes to creativity. Quality is critical, of course, and quantity in many ways can destroy quality. Storytelling, obviously, is the core of what we do as a company. You sure about that, buddy? Because y'all ain't been telling no good stories in a minute. Y'all been chasing the wrong stories. The stories y'all been telling don't nobody want to hear. Don't nobody want to see. Because y'all chasing the wrong audience. It's simple. It's simple, real simple. Real simple. I'm gonna get to the comments. Also says it's not difficult to read between the lines. The Disney CEO understands that various Star Wars, Indiana Jones, MCU, and Disney animation releases simply are not at the same level as they have been in previous years, and that if the Walt Disney Company is to get back on track, it needs to focus on quality instead of quantity of bad movies. The Walt Disney Company is at a crucial point in its history, and Bob Iger is at the very least starting to admit that things need to change. We'll have to see what the Disney CEO says about that. I remember when he came back, when he came back as the head, as CEO, and they had the earnings call. People was calling in and they was asking him about, the content and things of that nature and how the stories ain't been there. The audience, they not connecting with the audience. And he basically said, man, we going to keep doing what we do. We're going to keep doing what we do. Now, I'm pretty sure that take was a horrible take. I'm pretty sure that comment did not age well. We're going to keep doing what we do. Okay. And that stock kept falling and falling and falling. And now they really don't have nothing to blame it on. The pandemic is over. It's movies making money regardless of the strike, or movies that came out that was making things regardless of the strike. Female-centric movies made money. It's all about marketing. And when I say female-centric Barbie, I'm speaking about Barbie. but it was marketed well. And they targeted the people that they were supposed to target. Comic book movies is a male-dominated field. Regardless of the color, the race, religion, comics has always been male-dominated. Not saying that women don't read comics or little girls don't read comics. But how many of them do versus men? That's the question. Right? That's the question. And I think everybody knows the answer. More men than women, right? Read these things, watch these things, enjoy these things, but they go and chase this quote unquote modern audience who don't buy, who don't participate. They don't do none of that. Let's get to some of these comments. So they need to go back to having family-related CEOs. I agree. The CEOs of the company, you have it's supposed to be a company all about family. Instead of trying to, because the one thing is, it's a business, and your business plan should be about chasing the bag, so to speak. But guess what? If you have quality things, the bag will come. It's just that simple. Just that simple. Loki is the only show where they focused on character. WandaVision 2. I think those first 4 shows concentrated on character. I would say WandaVision, Loki did. I would say Falcon and the Winter Soldier to me, and Hawkeye. I think they concentrated on the character. You know, especially we didn't get a lot of Hawkeye throughout the phases anyway. So we got to see his family. We got to see, him about his hearing, him being an aging superhero, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We got to see stuff like that. They should have recast Indy. Yeah. And I don't know why they won't just start over with Indy or spin it off, right? Find a good point, good spot to spin Indiana off and build a new character out of the Indiana mythos, out of the Indiana Jones mythos. I think that would have been the best thing to do. Figure out a stopping point. Okay, Harrison Ford did they tried it with Crystal Skull. If they was going to bring it back, they should have just spun it off from there, or just finished it. Should have just kill it. Just kill it. Let it rest. Let it rest in peace. Call it a day. They brought Willow back. I was a big fan of the original Willow, but it didn't have that same feeling, right? Didn't have that same feeling that had Willow. Just wasn't he? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't that Willow. This wasn't even the same. To me, wasn't even the same character. He was the same character in name only. So Atlantis would be you know what? That would be dope. Atlantis would be dope. I can see Atlantis being a live action remake. I could see that happening. Modern audience are the general, exactly. They're the general audience. I don't, that whole chasing the modern audience. Oh, we got a new audience. There is no new audience. Comic book people have been reading comic books since how long? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been reading them since the 80s. Late 80s, early 90s is when I picked up comics. You know what I'm saying? Action movies, been watching action movies with my brothers and my dad, since the 80s. Like, that audience has not left. That same audience that made Van Damme a star is the same audience that made The Rock, you know what I'm saying, a star. Or that made Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger stars, is the same audience. Same group of people with the same mindset. The same people that made Star Wars what it is, or what it was, I should say, that made the MCU, like, those are the same people. It's the same people. You got people who like rom-coms. You got people who like horror films. You got people that like action movies. You got people that like comic book movies. When the horror movie come out, they target the fans that like horror. They don't go chasing, oh, we got to go get the female audience with this one. They don't do that. I ain't never seen them drop, you know what I'm saying, in a horror movie and go chase the female audience with this one. Or go chase the, you know what I'm saying, the this crowd or that crowd. Horror just dropped. Thanksgiving came out, dope movie. They didn't go chase the audience. They said, hey man, we got a dude with an axe who go around killing people. Come watch it. They hit you with a dope trailer, had some dope little kills in the trailer already, made you go, oh shit, I need to go see that. When Megan came out, they wasn't chasing the audience. They gave you a little something that was a little different. I mean, it wasn't different, but it was kind of like an updated version of Child's Play, but all in all, same audience. Hey, if you like Child's Play, you might like Megan. Come check it out. You know what I'm saying? Come on. It's simple. I don't see where they dropped the ball at with this shit. And the more I think about it, this shit is aggravating. It really is. Really aggravating. The Indy is finished for now, at least. Let's hope so, Chill. Salute to Chill. What's up? What's up, man? Montana Mike. Let's get Montana Mike in the game. Let's get Montana Mike. He don't got a whip. He'll run around with. He needs something else. What would Montana Mike have instead of a whip? And who would he fight? Instead of Nazis, who Montana Mike fight? So that new Willow was garbage, straight trash. It was, man. And I tried to watch it. I said, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. Could not stick with it. Could not stick with it. OG Willow, straight classic. Mad Mortigan. When they turned it, hey, look, man. That OG Willow was dope. These kids and grandkids are fans like their parents. Fishing for new, uninterested audiences has never worked. Never. Because you might get 1, 2 to cross over and see what's interested. They peek their head in, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, they look dope. But they're not invested in it. They're not invested. They say, oh, that was a good movie. But you want to go see them go to the sequel? Yeah, my boyfriend took me to see it. Yeah, I went with my wife to see. That's like with Barbie, right? That's like if Barbie came, like a sequel to Barbie, and then dudes running out without, you know what I'm saying, not taking their daughters to the movies or taking their wives or girlfriends on a date to the movie to see it, but just solo. Barbie 2. And just 98% of the audience is in there with just men. You're not going to see that. That's not happening. That's not happening. Men didn't grow up. For one thing, men didn't grow up with Barbie like that. Barbie was not a boy's toy. It was a little girl's toy. Those little girls have now grown up. They can relate to Barbie. They go see the movie. They say, hey, husband, hey, boyfriend, take me and our daughter. I want my daughter to have the same feeling I had when I had a Barbie. You know what I'm saying? I want her to see this. Boom. That's how you market it. What was genius about that, they also marketed with something that maybe a man would want to go see, with Oppenheimer. 2 different studios piggybacked off each other to market their films. Genius. Where did I stop at? Top Gun, Maverick, Jurassic World, Domination, Avatar 2, Mario movie, Barbie, Oppenheimer, all have performed better than this. Yeah, because they knew how to market it. Topic, you know how many people was waiting on who saw the original older? I mean, I don't know, I would be considered an older guy, but like that came out, I think that was 87 when Top Gun came out. So imagine those adults or those teenagers in 87 Maverick comes out, you know they rushing to see it. They taking their sons and their grandsons to see Maverick 2 to 3 times. Jurassic Park just won't stop. No matter how Jurassic Park is like Fast and Furious. No matter how many sharks they jump, people gonna show up to watch them. And kids love dinosaurs. It's simple. It's simple. Avatar 2. That dude, James Cameron just a beast though. He know what he got. He come up with quality. He takes his time. Avatar 2 won't come out till 2030. You know what I'm saying? He take his time with the movies to give you quality. Mario movie, Barbie, those two just are stuck in nostalgic, the zeitgeist, but not only, they're not nostalgic and they disappear. Mario is still alive and thriving in the gaming world. Barbie is still alive and thriving on the shelves at Walmart, Target. You know what I'm saying? Little girls still get Barbies to this day for Christmas and birthday presents. Come on, man. Montana Mike fights his nemesis, Carly, California. You wild and chill. Is she a Nazi? Carly, California. What's up, Travis? What's good? What's good? Travis says, unpopular idea, but imagine if a Mandalorian episode had Din land on a planet revealing that it's Willow's planet and went on an adventure with him setting up the Willow show. It would have fared better. I don't know, man. I like I see where you're going with it. Like, have this show set up another show, things of that nature. But Willow, they could. The thing is, I think people showed up for like the first 2 episodes of Willow. But when they find out that it's not Willow, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's not the Willow. We didn't have no Matt Mortigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not Willow. We looking like, can we get a continuation of what happened? You know what I'm saying? Give me some more of this, that, and the third from the 80s version, from the OG. Nothing. This was Soy Boy Willow. In the Legend Star Wars canon, Willow was established as taking place within that universe on a planet called Anduin, so it could have worked. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Who knows? Maybe it could have worked. I did not know that, though. I didn't know that. This is 86 Top Gun film and that video game. Oh, not that video game, man. Me and my brother used to play that. That Top Gun video game was serious. That was serious. That was serious. The mistake Marvel made, which Star Wars has avoided, is splitting their story amongst 2 different places. While Star Wars is all Disney Plus, it's also easy to. Yeah, but only because they can't get a movie off the ground. So they have to do the Disney Plus. Like, the thing with Lucasfilms over there with Star Wars, well, from what I see is they can't get a film off the ground. They can't get off the ground. And as bad as those films were, the Rey sequels, whatever you want to call them, they all did bank. Right? They all did money. They all made buku. But seems now going forward, they can't get a film off the ground. And I think it's because they don't have the best creative director over there, the best, you know what I'm saying? Now they got Dave Filoni taking over as a chief creative officer. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't think that they had a person like that over there to see and to make sure that everything lines up, what's canon, what's not canon. Let's build a Bible out. Let's, get the show notes together. Let's get all this because this is the direction we're going. So, it was just hard for them to get it off the ground. Dirty Dancing is a classic, but it's not outgrossing Empire Strikes Back. That's niche first commercial audiences. I agree. But guess what? Dirty Dancing is not going to target, or they're not going to make a $200 million film neither. Right? So they know the target audience that they're pushing for. And when it doesn't work, they say, shit, we fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't have did this. Marvel, Star Wars, on the other hand, when something don't work, they keep trying it. Oh, it didn't work? Nah, we're going to make it work. Next movie, make it work. Next movie, didn't work? Make it work. That's the problem with Marvel and Lucasfilms. right? Maybe we need to add another 50 million to the budget. Well, we spent 200 million on this last movie that didn't work. I don't care. Throw another 50 million on top. Didn't work, sir. Shit. Add another 50 million to the next movie. Now this next movie, 300 million. Didn't work, sir. That's what they doing. They think throwing money at it. We need bigger explosions, more CGI. Make her glow better. They think that that's what's going to work. That's not what's putting butts in seats. Val Kilmer's in it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So they proceeded without him. Big mistake. Right. Yeah. Or give me a character similar to Mad Mortigan. Right? Give me a similar character that can fill the shoes of Val Kilmer. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. He wanted to do it. They just waited too long. Right. Yeah. Because I know when he came back for the Top Gun thing and they was talking about Willow and he was saying how he wanted to do it and everything. I think it was a way that they could have did it. Hell, they doing Luke Skywalker, Luke's face on a body double, Mark Hamill's face on a body double. They could have did something like that. I wouldn't have been mad if that would have happened. If they would have had somebody play Mad Mortigan with Val Kilmer's face. Now, I don't know how it would have looked, but I don't know if that would have necessarily. I'm 50-50 on that. Maybe it would have worked, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. But I wouldn't necessarily be mad if that was the idea that they tried and it just didn't work. I wouldn't be mad at that because Mad Mortigan he's a big part of that story. Matter of fact, if you go by Willow, the movie, you know what I'm saying? The movie posters, he's the main guy on there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Willow, but you see Val Kilmer as Mad Mortigan. Come on, Peck. And my brother used to call me that, make me cry. Dog. I used to hate being called. Hey, salute to my older brother, man. He used to make me cry calling me a Peck when I was a kid. That I was a Peck. You a Peck, man. I'm gonna bring the word Peck back. Oh man, Peck. I'm gonna just start calling people Peck. Nah, go on. You a Peck, man. Get this Peck out of here. Oh man. Salute all of these though. But I'm just glad that it seems now that Bob Iger is finally waking up to what's really going on, man. And I hate it took this long and we had to suffer. And the crazy thing is we still got to suffer for at least another year and a half, probably. Until the change gets implemented. You know what I'm saying? If they start implementing the change now, you won't see the result of that implementation until probably a year and a half out. That's the crazy thing about it. So we still got to suffer through this year and a half of getting bad, horrible to bad product. Still gonna see it. So that's what everybody's saying, Chill. That Deadpool will be the first result of the change. I don't want to attribute. I agree and I disagree because Deadpool to me is not attributed to the MCU's failings. If you understand what I'm saying, Deadpool is coming from outside of what's going on or what's been happening with Disney and the MCU. To me, it's still a Fox property. Or it's Ryan Reynolds. It's, you know what it is? To me, it's the same thing as Avatar. Right. It's like Avatar. It has, they're sliding it in under the MCU banner, but this is Ryan Reynolds' baby. You know what I'm saying? This is Ryan Reynolds' situation. Laura Iger greenlit some of that. Yeah, he did. He did. She was just like Avatar. Bring on Gwen. Who should play Gwenpool? Because I'm cool with that. I'm cool with bringing in Gwenpool. Especially if done right. Who would you have play? Would you have old girl player from Amazing Spider-Man? What's her name? I can't even think of her name right now. Would you have her player? Or would you have who played Gwen in the animated in Across the Spider-Verse. Even though she's already in the MCU, but I mean, she got the mask on, so we wouldn't really be able to see. Everybody wants Sydney Sweeney. Why y'all like that girl so much, man? Why y'all like that lady so much? I can see that. I can see Sydney Sweeney though. I can see Sydney Sweeney. But can Sydney Sweeney do the Deadpool humor that Gwenpool is doing? That does. You know what I'm saying? Can she do that? DP is still an acquired taste IP. Average families won't be seeing that movie. I don't know, Stizzle, because I remember when the first Deadpool came out, a lot of parents took them to see the superhero film and was like, oh. And then the second one came out, and you know what I'm saying? They still took their kids to see it. So it was like, I don't know, man. I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, they took their kids to see Deadpool twice. Emma Stone, that's her name. Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone should come back. If we do Gwenpool, Emma Stone comes back, I think that'd be kind of dope. And what's up, Keita? What's up? How you doing? Just as much like Jason Momoa, she has to. No, she does. She got talent. She got the Jason Momoa talent. I feel you. Yeah, these. I'm for real, man. I wish I had like some old clips from that. If hit the internet, I'm gonna have to. But yeah, Google it, and you will see all of them. A lot of families complained about it, and then Deadpool 2 came out, and that same complaint was still there. So I'm with you. I mean, it's a new day and age now. I hate to, it's crazy what a couple years make, right? Crazy the difference a couple years make. We're in a different day and age now, so you could possibly be right. But, I just think one way Marvel could win, or at least in my eyes, is the budget. They got to tone down the budget of these movies. They got to tone them down. They got to drop it. They got to drop it 125. Once you get up to 175, you got to whoa, hold on. Wait. At least 175. If your budget is 175, and let's say the Marvel's budget was 170. Let's say the Marvel's budget was 175, right? Now you only need to make what? 300, 400 million to break even or to be profitable at the most, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Coming out the gate, shooting what they did, 47 mil out the gate. Worldwide, I think they did 117 worldwide. Wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be looked at as a failure out of the gate. But when your budget is 250, 300 plus, and you only do 40, 100 worldwide, yeah, you flopping. Regardless how good the movie is, only thing that the media is going to talk about is the flop. How much money did it make? It's just like music, first week sales. Oh, this album only did 5K. Could be the dopest album ever. Only did 5K. I hate that we look at it, that we judge a movie or an album that's got albums is different from movies. Movies is out on theaters for at least 90 days. So they got three months at the movie theaters. I think that's when things should be judged, in my opinion. Says, I remember parents complaining about 2007 Beowulf, but that was rated P. Hated that movie. Did you like that movie? That movie was bad. I think Disney would benefit from taking their well-known movies and instead of doing live action remakes, do live action sequels. Perfect transition from young audience to adult. Like, yeah, what that? But what was that? No, I'll go say Maleficent, but that was kind of like a prequel remake almost. I could see that. I could see that. Or take because we remember we got 3 animated Aladdin films, right? Only one went to theaters. We got the other 2 that was straight to VHS. Um, what if you took those like Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, and what it was, Return of the Prince of Thieves, I think is what it was called, that third one, and did those as dang, this going on. Check, check, check. Y'all hear me? Said my mic wasn't on. That's wild. Stream y'all. It's wild in today. But yeah, do something like that. Do something like that. I'm gonna get ready to move on to the. Can you hear me? Stizzle, you hear me? Good. Okay, cool. Move on to this next situation, which is the Jonathan Majors. I think I want to see if we got any information on it. Been trying to check it, trying to see what's good. A live update on this Jonathan Majors situation. See if anything's changed. The trial started today. So I'm on this website right now. I think it's the independent.u. I think it's a UK website, but trial started today. Read what their little updates is. Says Marvel star Jonathan Majors was supported in court by girlfriend Megan Good as his long-awaited assault trial began in New York City today. Majors is accused of attacking his former girlfriend inside a car in the city on March 25th. As they rode to his apartment, he also has pled not guilty to all the charges against him. The girlfriend has accused him of slapping, throwing her in the car, and then after she exited, twisting her arm, grabbing and injuring her hand. Prosecutors say that she is treated at a hospital for minor injuries to her head and neck. His lawyer Priya Chandra has labeled the alleged victim a liar in June. We know all this. Let's get to a word. Is that on his YouTube page? I'm gonna go check it out. Roland Martin is my dude. That's my dude. So jury selection started at 10 a.m. this morning. Oh no, we'll start tomorrow. With the panel being selected from 40 people sworn in today. So they did jury selection today. Says 40 potential jurors brought into court. Group of 40 jurors were brought in, sworn in by the judge who gave Mr. Major's name, instructing him not to research the case or to go watch coverage of it. The judge says you can't Google, FaceTime, Twitter, which is now called X. He said you can't do any internet searches, social media searches, absolutely anything you can think of that I haven't mentioned, you cannot do. Let me start from so that was the last thing, I think, because they've been doing updates. So where was the first update? So the judge in the case plans to clear the public courtroom and spectators during the afternoon so lawyers can argue about the admission of a piece of evidence was currently under seal. So I guess to start it off, they cleared the courtroom, made sure nobody was in there while they argued this point about something that was under seal, right? It was labeled likely to be prejudicial and inflammatory if it was presented. So they argue that. I think the defense argued that. Says Judge Michael Gaffey, who closed his court after an hour of legal argument, says that he will rule on a defense motion to keep some of the evidence out of trial on Thursday at 10 a.m. Mr. Majors left the courthouse, New York City side. So that was the only thing. I guess that's the only thing that happened today, other than the jury and arguing this piece of evidence. So it looks like that evidence will not be be able to go into court. Let me see. I'm just reading. My bad, y'all. Said the judge, in case Michael allowed the actor's lawyers to argue the point behind closed doors, he added that disclosing the unspecified evidence now would harm Major's ability to have an impartial jury and receive a fair trial. The defense also asked that Jabari not be referred to as the victim. I like that. When interviewing potential jurors. Jury selection will continue later in the day, though the afternoon proceedings will be closed to the public and press. The jury selection process expected to begin. I already said that, about 40 jurors. So that's all we got today. He showed up looking good, making good by his side. I'm sure she was smelling good. Everything just good, it seems like. So yeah, that's all we got for today, man. It's not a lot coming out of that. I'm gonna try to keep everybody updated day by day with this trial as much as I can. If anything else comes out, I might do another video later on today if anything else comes out, what happened. But as of right now, that's all we got. Was the 40 jurors and them arguing about, and I think that piece of evidence was the old girlfriends or whatever it is. I think that's the evidence that cannot be said in court, and that she can't be, what's her name, whatever the lady was who was accusing, I can't even think of her name right now, but she cannot be called the victim. Jabari, she cannot be called the victim, which is in this case, because is she the victim? You know, is she the victim? I don't think she is. Really don't think she is. But yeah, that's that, man. I appreciate everybody who came, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You know, I gotta get a nice dope little tagline and stuff when I be leaving from up out of here. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my time, y'all. Appreciate everybody joining in, coming to kick it at the house. You know what I'm saying? All the house guests who came through. Let me get this little last one. Said the advantage of Star Wars is the second you put out a trailer of a young person discovering a lightsaber, you instantly have an audience. Is successful and relatable. True. I agree with that. As soon as that lightsaber light up, you know what I'm saying? It's all boys is rushing to that. Who don't want a lightsaber? You know, who don't want a lightsaber? But yeah, once again, like I said, I'm out, man. Appreciate everybody who come to the house and kicking it with me for this hour. And I'll see you next time tomorrow. We are out. Play my outro real quick. Sunny Beats.